What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Dark X-Men issue number 4. As we continue on with Madelyne Pryor and her Dark X-Men. They are going around saving any and all mutants that they might be able to save, having the likes of Havoc and Gambit by her side. We have seen them use rather unconventional means. This Dark X-Men team definitely do not pull punches. But while they have been out here doing all of this, Orchis has been focused on trying to take them down. They're doing this by bringing in another Goblin Queen, another universe's Madelyne Pryor, one that never had a redemption arc, one that became the true monster of hell. And if that isn't enough, Orchis plans to use Chasm, the clone of Spider-Man, Ben Reilly. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with Rogue and Gambit having a conversation, meeting up during this horrible time. Rogue is currently on Unity Squad with the Uncanny Avengers, Gambit doing his own thing with the Dark X-Men, and Rogue, she doesn't trust Maddie. She doesn't like the idea of all of this going on, leaving him in limbo much longer. She really feels like Maggie might try to pull something over on him. But Gambit, no matter what people may believe, he doesn't even know what he believes, whether she's bad or good or evil or whatever the case is. What he does know is that they are helping people. They are finding mutants. And while not every mutant would want to come to the Limbo Embassy, they are trying to help as many as they can. He feels like this is where he needs to be right now. But with Rogue taking off, we pick up with the Goblin Queen. She is with agents Kroll and Valens, the Orchis Gulag. They have come here for a very particular mutant, one that they are going to use as a skeleton key, one that is going to help them take down Madelyne Pryor. You see, they need to break out Chasm. Chasm currently being held at Limbo. They need to break into the Limbo Embassy just to get Chasm out of there to use him as a weapon against Madelyne Pryor. So whoever this mutant is, that is exactly who they plan to use. This is what takes us over to the Limbo Embassy. As Madelyne Pryor, Gambit, and Havoc sit here at the gateway, they wait for a mutant that is running towards them. He comes running into the gateway for immunity. This mutant's name is Abyss. Now that he has made it to Limbo, he is safe. With Maddie asking, what did they do to you, because your mind right now is a frenzy. The only thing he says is, she made me. This is when Abyss opens up, swallowing Havoc, Gambit, Zero, and Madelyne Pryor. He eats all of them up, and then the Goblin Queen, she comes strolling in with her Orchis forces. And from the window, we have Azazel that is watching all of this transpire, thinking about what his move might be next. As the Goblin Queen goes inside Limbo, the mutants that are here, they fight against her, but they see how truly powerful she is. They begin to tear apart the mutants inside, one by one, burning them down to the bone, eating them, biting them in half. This is an absolute bloodbath. Even going as far as killing Brimstone Love, gouging out his eyes and having him die right here on the spot. With the Orchis agents making their way down the hallway, shooting anybody that might stand in their way. They get to the prison of Chasm, with Chasm barging out of here, knocking some heads on this Orchis agents. And Chasm says that he hasn't been locked away long enough not to recognize the flower on their arms. He is far from being a hero, but he is definitely not a monster. He lets them know that if you're here to recruit me, you can save it. He may be mad at the mutants that locked him up, but he is not mad at their entire race. They let him know that we're giving you an opportunity to get back at your jailer. We're giving you an opportunity to go after Madelyne Pryor. She will die today. And that's when Chasm stops him right there. He has had enough goblins to last a lifetime. Walking out of this place, he thinks that he's gonna sit this one out. Now, on the outside, we have Azazel who is coming up to this little guy named Abyss. Teleporting in, we have Implate who takes out the Orchis agents. And we learn that Abyss is Azazel's son. He tells Abyss that fatherhood has never been his forte. just a means to an end. But he says that it is a privilege to be here with him when it truly counts. That is when he snaps the neck of Abyss. And doing so, Madelyne Pryor and all of the others, they escape this pocket dimension. With Azazel going on to let Maddie know that you might be angry right now, but there is a much more worthy recipient of your wrath sitting inside the embassy. One that looks a lot like you. And so, as Madelyne Pryor makes her way inside with her Dark X-Men team, we see a Goblin Queen sitting here on a throne of the very bodies of the mutants she has murdered, letting Madelyne Pryor know that she will submit or she will die, carving a new throne from the gristle and bone. She is letting Maddie know that this is her eviction notice. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. The Dark X-Men, this title has been a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. When I first read this, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but Madelyne Pryor leading an X-Men team that really doesn't hold back, this is a heck of a story. And you even have Gambit questioning, are they doing the right thing? What is good and evil when we're in a situation where we're facing annihilation, when we are facing extinction, when we are facing genocide? What is the right and wrong thing? Where is the line of morality? Where is the line of humanity? How do we know when we have stepped over it? When we have crossed over and gone too far? And well, we have Gambit that is very much struggling with all of this. There's a lot more going on here. Havoc is struggling with being resurrected through, you could say, unnatural means. Madelyne Pryor using her new weapon, or her new Cerebro if you will, to try and track down mutants is absolutely brilliant. But it's nice to see that Madelyne Pryor isn't out here just being a crazed villain or anything of that nature. That she's really trying to turn over a new leaf, and it shows. That when there are mutants in need, she is out here doing what is absolutely necessary. And it's crazy to think that Orchis has the capability to bring in someone like the Goblin Queen. You're telling me that you can go to another universe. You can dive into the depths of that hell. You can pull out the Goblin Queen. But that's the only thing you bring back with you. It seems rather silly. I think that they could have gone a different route instead of bringing in another Madelyne Pryor to go against Madelyne Pryor. You know, Orchis is a big enough problem as it is without needing to add in another Goblin Queen. But I'm willing to see how this story goes, how this story ends, and where Madelyne Pryor and the Limbo Embassy will land on the other side once the Fall of X has reached its fruition. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.